WUSA 9 and is now gearing up for the ride of her life. We've got live team coverage for you, exclusive insight and all of the moments leading up to this launch. Thanks for joining us. I'm Annie Yu.
I'm Allison Seymour. What an exciting morning for all of us. I mean, the most exciting 11 minutes probably, right?
For everyone.
For everybody
watching.
Involved. And for these women about to make history. Gayle King giving us a preview of that, let's be honest, a fabulous looking spacesuit this morning. She and the rest of the crew doing something only about
yes, Gail.
Come on now.
Okay.
And I love the pose. Yeah, there it is.
Hands on hip.
Doing something only about 700 people have done in all of history. And only about 15% of those people have been women. This is the first all-woman space crew since 1963, and they're originating out of America this time around, and it's going to be a fabulous morning.
And you mentioned this earlier, 11 minutes roughly in space. It's the rocket New Shepard, and they're reaching over 62 miles above Earth. I mean, they are literally going to the edge of space.
Incredible.
And coming back.
And taking a look at some of those big windows, you'll be able to see the glorious sight that will be Earth from those windows. Well, so look, here is a look at what's happening next in the lead up to the launch.
The capsule will close at around 9:06, and then at 9:30, the launch window will open.
Here's how the Blue Origin mission will unfold, start to finish, in about 11 minutes. You may have heard the term T-, right? That's counting down to launch. In fact, we played with that earlier. T- X amount of hours until this crew goes up. Well, again, that counts down to launch time. At T0, the rocket launches, and that's when the clock starts ticking up. After the launch, you'll see T+. 2 minutes and 40 seconds in, that capsule carrying the crew will separate from the booster, continuing its journey toward space. Just over 7.5 minutes after the launch, the reusable booster makes its way back to Earth and sticks the landing. One of the things that makes Blue Origin so unique and so special and sustainable. And by around 10 to 11 minutes after the liftoff, the capsule will gently float back down to Earth under parachutes, and it will touch down, bringing the crew safely home after what will be an historic ride to space. Let's stop and give a live picture now of that all-female space crew about to head on up. You can see that countdown clock. Really exciting stuff here on this beautiful blue sky
really
morning in
the
Texas, right? 26
there.
minutes, 30 seconds till launch.
This is Van Horn, Texas. It's actually just about 140 miles east of El Paso, to give folks a reference of a major city, and just under 2,000 people as of 2023. So when we say small town, it's a small town. It's rural America. And giving you this glimpse here of where the rocket is sitting at this launch site. Sun, of course, is up. 9:30 is the time when we will see it blast off into space, and man, history is made.
You said about 2,000 residents. Coincidentally, this rocket will reach initial speeds of about 2,000 miles per hour. Of course, that's much faster than the speed of sound. They're getting a nice sort of we call it in the business, right, a double box, two different vantage views. There are vantage points from that rocket, or that spaceship. That sounds so old-timey, right? But the capsule there, and you see those big windows. I had a chance to get another look at what that looks like, and they will be strapped right in there and get that beautiful, beautiful look at Earth as they take off.
And you know, we spoke a little bit about this previously throughout the morning, but this isn't the first time that Blue Origin has actually taken folks up to space. This is the first female crew, but there have been some big household names that have taken this journey before and blasted off to space. I mean, we mentioned Michael Strahan, William Shatner, and there were some others as well. This has been done before.
This is actually, it's been done 30 times before. 30 missions have now carried people there to the edge of space. 48 people have flown on that New Shepard, some repeat passengers as well. And Jeff Bezos, we mentioned that this is his company, this is his brainchild, and he, in fact, was on that maiden voyage when Blue Origin's New Shepard went to space for the very first time. And something else is really cool. Of course, this what we're seeing here, this space flight, this is named for the first American to go into space, Alan Shepard. And we mentioned it a little earlier too, but his daughter also had the privilege of going up to space in a rocket named for her father.
Looks like we're slowly approaching here, 9:06. Looks like they might be close to closing the doors, but the anticipation, right?
Yeah.
If you're sitting in there, you got to wonder what's going through their minds as they are part of history here. But lots of folks moving in and out. Looks like Jeff Bezos there as well, joining them, right?
9:06 is a big time. It's 9:06 right now, and 23 minutes till takeoff. But 9:06 is when they are closing the door, and it's no turning back after that, and I'm sure the crew is so excited about that. You know, I gotta wonder if Katy Perry was asked to go because of her song, Firework. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that would be so ideal to be playing as they're going up into the sky.
Maybe.
Make it go
but
high,
she's also
high.
been sort of in the public openly and being an advocate for STEM education.
Right.
So they might have tapped her for that, just being the poster child, so to speak, for space education and inspiring younger people, the next generation, to become astronauts.
Right.
So we will see.
That's wonderful.
Looks like, let's see here. Some folks here standing
Is that Kris
by.
Jenner? Is it? Okay.
No, it does look like her though, doesn't it?
It sure does.
It's not though, our producer.
And I just
feel like all of the female astronauts that are going to go up today, it's such a big day in history, and it's so empowering.
It is.
Yeah, that sounds like it's
and her daughter.
To see something like
Chloe.
This, and, I mean, somebody said
Yeah,
their
that's Khloe
grandfather was here
Kardashian
in
and her mom.
92, then they didn't even have transportation back then the way that we do now, and now they're going to space.
It's pretty amazing. That's Aisha's grandfather. 92 came all the way here.
That's where the story. I was like, I heard this story, and he had no airplanes, nothing back in his day. Now he's seeing his granddaughter go into space. That's a beautiful thing.
It's really incredible.
And how does it feel also to be able to share this with multi-generations within your family?
It's really something. It's just Kim keeps writing us because she was supposed to be here with us, and she's studying for law school, so she had a big test that she had to take. Again, something I'm very proud of, but she just keeps calling, going, I have such FOMO, tell me every minute of it. So it's very inspirational, and just super proud of the girls, every one of them. And it's a very brave thing to do, and I think it also just says something, like Chloe said, to my 13 grandchildren. Yeah.
And what can you say to that too, for your children?
Oh, I just think it's really whatever you dream of is in our reach, especially in today's day and age. And dream big, wish for the stars, and one day you can maybe be amongst them.
That's so beautiful. And just before I send it back, any last messages to the astronauts before they take off?
I think just great luck. Be present. I mean, I'm so excited. I love the messaging that we keep receiving from the staff here at Blue Origin is don't film it through your phones, look through your eyes, be as present as possible. They will supply all the content that we need and to give to our families, but I love just being in the moment.
Yeah, same.
And we're
excited.
Yeah, we're so excited. We're going to be in the moment too here. We're going to send it back to you guys at the desk, and we're going to start watching.
Love you, ladies.
Okay, exciting stuff here. Karen Hua is in Van Horn, Texas, with more from this history-making crew.
Here's something I never thought I'd see. Me in an astronaut suit.
CBS News' Gayle King is prepped and ready to launch for today's historic Blue Origin flight to the edge of space, along with 5 other women.
I feel well prepared for this moment after the training we've had for the last couple of days, but it still hasn't eased the fear that I have.
The group was put together by Sánchez, journalist and partner of Blue Origin's billionaire founder, Jeff Bezos. She says Bezos asked her to go up after he rode along for Blue Origin's first manned flight back in July 2021.
I said, could I take all women up? And he goes, that's a great idea. Put it together.
The flight is expected to last around 11 minutes and travel more than 60 miles above the Earth. During the flight, the group will experience about 4 minutes of weightlessness before the capsule parachutes back down to Earth. Pop star Katy Perry has been mum on whether she'll hit a few notes in zero gravity.
I can still be the first pop star in space and not have to perform.
For other crew members, like activist and sexual assault survivor Amanda Nguyen, the trip is about doing the impossible.
But I also want other women, other survivors, or anyone who's ever had a dream deferred to know that your dreams matter.
And they can come true. Karen Hua, CBS News, Van Horn, Texas.
Want to take another live look? We're just waiting, counting down now, 18 minutes. You can see that countdown clock, 52, 51, 50 seconds. That's a live look at Van Horn, Texas, where the Blue Origin space flight is about to happen on the New Shepard launch vehicle. And we're about to, it's not long now. I mean, I think the whole world is probably watching, or maybe that's just me because our girl Gayle King is on that flight,
yeah.
right? But yeah, waiting and watching to see this, what we know will be a successful launch right there to the edge of space.
Okay, so we're getting word that Katy Perry is ready. Of course, Katy Perry being joined by 5 other celebrities, household names, scientists, all ready to launch into space today. This is a short flight. It's about 11 minutes in total, and they are aboard the New Shepard rocket. It's reaching over 62 miles above Earth, so that's just, you know, touching the edge of space there. And we're told that the crew will experience about 4 minutes of weightlessness before returning to Earth via parachute. And we've seen, you know, some of those videos of like the parachute landing to give us a visual of what this looks like in previous times. So it really is just like a part of the capsule with the parachute on top.
All very planned, come down very gently. In fact, here's pop star Katy Perry as she was preparing for this historic launch.
I'm going to ace space.
How are you feeling?
I am feeling so grateful and grounded, and honored to be invited and included in this incredible group of women. And I am talking to myself every day and going, you're brave, you're bold, you're doing this for the next generation to inspire so many different people, but especially young girls to go, I'll go to space in the future. No limitations. Like I said earlier, I don't put any limitations on my dreams. I reach for the stars every time, and the verbiage I can't, or I won't, or not for me, it doesn't stay in my mind. Even if it passes through, it's out. So I really take a lot of time to control those thoughts. And it's gonna be a wild ride, but I know that it's an important moment for the future of commercial space travel and for humanity in general and for women all around. I'm really excited about the engineering of it all. I'm excited to learn more about STEM and just the math about what it takes to accomplish this type of thing. I was winding down from a rehearsal the other day, and I was listening to Cosmos by Carl Sagan and reading a book on string theory, and yeah, I was like going to bed. That was definitely like helping. I was like, Pythagoras. But you know, I've always been interested in astrophysics and interested in astronomy and astrology and the stars. I feel like we are all made of stardust and we all come from the stars, and it'll be exciting to see them twinkle from that site, and also have such an appreciation for Mother Earth when we see it in that way. Many people, not many, but the people that have gone have had real profound things to say and have brought down ideas that have been world changing. The environmental movement is based around one of those moments.
She's ready.
She is ready, along with everyone else. Giving you a look again at the launch site. And, you know, you can't have a successful liftoff without weather, right? Good weather. And we're told that the forecast does look favorable for a liftoff today at 9:30, Jay.
Yeah, and it's looking very bright. You see there are a lot of sunshine. Everybody
Look at the spectators
bathed in some pretty good sun. And looks like for today we go with highs in the 80s, 60s right now. So, hey, can't get much better. And we're clear for launch in terms of the weather.
No wind. What is the thing? Is it wind?
The wind, we have to watch for wind, thunderstorms, you know, that sort of thing.
Any
especially
dicey weather.
Yeah, with a parachute capsule coming down, high winds can be a big game changer and a big no-go. So right now, actually, you know what? I had a second. I put together some stuff here. This is where we're at in Van Horn right now. It's 64. Got some light south and southwest winds. Our humidity's low. This is actually a high desert. It's over about 3,000 feet in height, but it's just down the road once again from El Paso. So it's east of El Paso. It's kind of in a no man's land, if you will, but I-10 runs very close to this. So if you've ever been in that area, just kind of almost on the New Mexico border here, here's I-10 right here, and there's Van Horn. Satellite and radar looks pretty good. You have a couple of patchy clouds that are coming in along 90 and 10 here, but overall the forecast is looking pretty good. Actually got a nice shot of the rocket taking off here from Van Horn, and of course this hasn't happened yet, at least not this launch, but this is from a prior launch. This is from our affiliate down in Van Horn, our Tegna affiliate. So temperature at 66 this hour. We'll be going to 73 at 11 a.m. So as they're trying to kind of come down here from the edge of space, the wind still just at about 5-10 miles an hour, so it shouldn't be a problem here in the rest of the afternoon as things wrap up. Can actually be topping out in the mid to upper 80s later on today. So for now, looks like all systems go weather-wise.
All righty. And before she was co-anchoring CBS Mornings and getting ready to go into space in a few minutes, Gayle King was right here in the nation's capital. Look, she's a proud graduate of the University of Maryland. She is a Terrapin and an alum of WUSA 9, where she worked as a reporter. And Gayle was mentored by our very own Bruce Johnson. And of course, she has remained a close friend of Oprah. In fact, I gotta be honest, Annie, I'm surprised Oprah is not on the.
Well, she's definitely, I'm sure she's there, right? I mean,
she's got to be there, right? She's got to be there. Now she is adding astronaut to her resume.
And you know, Gayle worked in Baltimore. That is where they became
friends
at the station, right? Gayle King's co-anchor Vlad Duthier brought Gayle to the American Museum of Natural History in New York, where staff gave her a virtual peek at what she's expected to see when she looks down at the Earth. And Gayle and Vlad then sat down to talk about how she's feeling as she gets ready to blast off.
Okay, Gayle, I first want to talk about what we just saw.
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
That was actually very helpful, Vlad, because as you know, I'm a nervous Nelly about all of this process. So for her to walk us through it, it just put me in awe myself to think, I'm going to go there? Like, I'm going to be above there? I'm going to be above the curvature? I know that, but there's something about seeing it that puts it in a different perspective.
Let's talk about perspective, because for as long as humans have been around, tens of billions of human beings have looked to the stars and they've wondered what it would be like if you could go there. The number of people who've actually experienced that, who've actually gone into space, would probably not even fill a Broadway theater.
It is very daunting when you think about the small number of people that have actually done it.
Yeah.
I still get very uncomfortable when people say astronaut. I by no means feel like an astronaut. They said, but Gayle, if you go to space, you're an astronaut.
Boom. You're an astronaut.
Make it go boom, boom, boom. Make it go boom, boom, boom.
This was never, ever, ever my dream. And then I started thinking about it, Vlad. I thought about the opportunity, the experience, the message that it would send. There was something about being part of the first female team to me. The group of women that they put together is so extraordinary to me that I thought, wow, why would I not want to be a part of that? And then when favorite daughter Kirby, favorite son Will, when they were excited about it, and Oprah, of course, because I had heard they were going to do an all-female thing, because I said, I would go if you would go. She goes, well, you ain't going, because I'm never doing that. I certainly thought she was going to say no. And if any of the three of them had said, I don't think it's a good idea, or I'm worried, I wouldn't have done it. But they were all so excited and enthusiastic for me.
If they were afforded the opportunity, if Will or Kirby or Oprah...
I refuse to answer that question.
Why, Gail?
No.
What would you say to them? Because you're a mom.
I don't think I would go, yay, you should go.
I mean, my mom wouldn't.
But that's interesting.
My mom would say no.
Why am I not there? Why am I not? That's an interesting question.
It took me higher, higher to the stars.
Your grandchildren are excited.
Well, Luca's 3, so he understands.
He understands.
He'll be 4 in September, so he knows Guyla's going on a rocket ship, and he wanted to go.
What does he call you?
Guyla.
And explain what that is.
Well, I was pushing for Gaia.
Which is?
Because it's a Mother Earth. Oh, Vlad, yes.
That's why I'm trying to get it out of you. Because
I didn't even think about Mother Earth, yes.
He calls you Gaia, which is short for Gaia, which is short for Earth, and you're going to be above the surface of the Earth, seeing it from the sky.
Connecting those dots. I didn't even think about that.
I mean, it's what we do.
Vlad goes, that's what I do.
You're going up on Blue Origin's vehicle at a time that some say is complicated for Jeff Bezos, the owner. The founder of Amazon has faced some criticism for his company's business practices. He's been under scrutiny and under fire for what people say is meddling in the newsroom of the Washington Post, which he bought a few years ago. Is there a risk, or do you see a risk that this flight is seen by some as an ad for Blue Origin or an ad for Jeff Bezos? And how do you think about that?
Listen, it is troubling to me too. There have been some questions and decisions that he's made that I've actually gone, huh? But I think in this particular case, this is so much bigger than one man and one company. I've chosen to separate the two. It's not a zero-sum game. They don't have to be, you can do this on one hand and you can do this on the other hand. And both things can be true.
How do you feel like Black social media? People are like, don't go, sis.
Oh, yes, yeah.
We want to protect you.
Yeah. Why are you doing it? This is for white people. Why are you doing it?
They're going.
Yes. Someone said that to me directly. Why are you doing it? They're going to leave you up there. Why are you doing it? You could get stranded. I mean, none of those things are going to happen. Number one, I certainly don't think it's for white people. That's number one. Number two, someone said, Gail, you just have to interpret it as a way that people care so much about you. And so I am trying to process it like that.
I've been on a plane with you, Gail, and I see...
Oh, I'm a nervous flyer.
I do know you're a nervous flyer. Yes. I've seen you when there's turbulence.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about that moment when you achieve weightlessness.
I'm actually really looking forward to that.
You are?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to that.
Tell me why.
I'm looking forward to just floating in space and just seeing what that feels like and what that looks like. That's the thing I'm most looking forward to. That and looking out the window. Mm-hmm. But I found myself wondering, how do you get back into your seat? After you get out of the seat and you're floating around, how do you get back down to your seat? Is it like swimming back down? I'll learn that in training.
Yeah.
And try to float with some dignity.
Okay, some really good insight
for
there.
you.
She's still nervous. Which
She's
is normal.
nervous.
I'd be worried if she wasn't nervous.
Right. And she said that if her kids wanted to do it, she doesn't know if she would be like on board with it. That's interesting.
I like the honesty, though.
I do too.
All right, let's give you another live look. Oh, here it is, Oprah Winfrey.
Well,
we were wondering if she was going to be there.
That's right.
It's already done. Once she said yes, once she committed to yes, and Lord, did we all hear, should I do it, should I do it? Since Thanksgiving, we've been talking about it. And so once she finally said yes, I was like, okay, we're going. It's a go.
You know what I have loved is her vulnerability, because she's the voice of a lot of us that would be afraid, and she's okay to talk about being afraid. Why has that been so important to show that part?
I think, for every woman who's on this flight, it's about fulfilling something within themselves. For Gail, it's about overcoming this great fear and also stepping into the moment of excitement. And I think, it goes beyond this moment of just going up in space. I think this will be an everlasting experience. I was just thinking this morning, Gail has been there for me for hundreds of events. I can't even remember them, but you will never forget this day. None of us will ever forget this day.
Well, thank you for being here, for her, for us. I mean, this is just, it's a historic day, and it's only fitting that you are here front and center as a ray of sunshine that you are, Miss Oprah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No time.
You're next, you know. I'll send it back to you, Ariane.
Thanks, Carissa. Wow, to see Oprah down here. No, I'm not besties with Oprah, not yet anyway, but if Oprah told me to do anything, I would do it. I don't think Gail had a choice after Oprah said, girl, you got to do this.
She had to do it. Ariane, we are under T-minus 5 minutes until these ladies hopefully launch into space. And, you know, you were just talking about what these women are going to feel when they launch. But let me tell y'all watching what we may hear, because we have one of the most famous singers on the planet on board, and there is a chance that we will get to hear the audio inside and hear what these soon-to-be astronauts are saying and possibly singing while they're weightless. So
I can't wait for that moment. I'm also hoping she comes down to Earth and does like either a Fireworks Part 2 or E.T. Part 2. I think that's going to be, and I think, but let's stick on this point for 1 second, Kristen. I think one of the incredible parts about this crew is their ability to tell the story coming out of this in their own unique way. The way Gail can go on TV and talk about it. Amanda can go and continue to advocate for women more broadly about it. The way Katy can sing about it, etc. The way Kerianne can produce films about it. That is what is so special about this crew in particular.
And that is what's so special about this new era of space flight. This is not NASA. This is not governments. It's not the U.S., China, or Russia. This is the commercial era. These are private companies, and this is Blue Origin sending the first all-female crew into space since 1963. And this is all going to happen so fast in just a few minutes, about 10 or 11 minutes from launch to landing. And don't worry, guys, I did the math. In case you're wondering, total duration of this mission is just about 3 Katy Perry fireworks songs. So
to put it into layman's term, right?
And I think one of our producers said they'll go up. It'll be as tall as 3 Washington monuments stacked up high. That's how far they'll go up into the sky.
Into the sky.
Yeah.
And we also know Jeff Bezos, we saw him walking around there. He stood on top of the Blue Origin's launch tower and radioed into the all-female crew as they were, getting settled into the spacecraft. And here's what his message were, his parting words. I'm super excited for you. I don't want to get off. I want to go with you. When you get back, I can't wait to hear how it's changed you. I love you all.
Oh, yeah.
See you soon. Godspeed.
I actually cannot wait for that either. The coverage after that, it might actually be indescribable. Only the 6 on there, it's an unmanned mission. Only the 6 women on there will probably be able to explain how it felt, joining the others who have also taken this basically almost like a space tourist flight. If you haven't done it, I don't think that you could really describe exactly what it feels like to do a mission like this. All righty, here we go. 1 minute, 13 seconds.
Okay.
You can see it pushing back now.
In motion.
That's right. Let me make a correction. 589 Washington monuments high. That's how they'll go 62 miles up right there. Thank you.
2 days, becoming a crew, becoming a team.
After you go through an experience like this, it's more than a team. It's almost like a family. You are so tight to go through something as intense
Executing
as this.
aft fin built-in test.
And everything looking really good, Ariane.
So far from mission control, everything is clean and green for this launch. T-minus 1 minute to go here.
Engine thrust vector control built-in test in work. Vehicle is now on internal power.
So in a moment here, we'll see those, what they call the bit checks, the built-in test checks. As you mentioned, Kristen, inside the capsule, you know, as you said, this is like a bridled beast. This thing wants to take off.
Switch to onboard helium.
Here we go. Good luck and Godspeed, ladies. We're cheering you on from
Let's
planet
launch
Earth.
this
Thrust
rocket.
termination system is armed. T-minus 22 seconds and counting.
Team guidance internal.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Command engine start. 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff. Wow. New Shepard has cleared the tower.
Whew, and there you have it.
History in the making.
Yes.
Successful liftoff. And then you see
Flight. 6,000 feet climbing. Begin throttle down for Q limiting. Engine response looks good. Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. Mach 1, vehicle is supersonic. Engine back up to full throttle.
Supersonic, we have passed through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. That's when the vehicle, the stresses between the atmosphere and the speed are at the maximum. So to punch through that is so important. You see the BE3 engines is firing beautifully. You see the stream of steam behind it. Those ladies right now are having an incredible view on their way to space. Passing through 80,000 feet, 1,300 miles per hour. You're going to peak at about 2,300 miles an hour over Mach 3, 3 times the speed of sound. Shortly coming up, we'll have MECO, main engine cutoff. We will turn off the engine, but the two craft, the capsule and the booster, will continue their ascent to space.
Stand by, MECO.
And our...
And there you saw the main engine is turned off. We're now going to separate the capsule from the booster, and at that point, Kristen, that's when all 6 astronauts are going to start to feel the weightlessness, and shortly thereafter, we're going to let them unbuckle.
And that right there is the most critical milestone of this whole ascent. Oprah watching her best friend go to space.
And the two craft is separated. 328,000 feet, 100 kilometers. Welcome to space, ladies, or shall I say, astronauts.
Oh, the moon! You guys, I have to tell you, look at the moon. Look. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my goddess! That's our pink moon. I love you, Jackson!
And just in case it wasn't clear, those are the astronauts. Those are their voices that you're hearing.
And there, they have hit apogee, the highest point in flight. well over 345,000 feet, well over the Kármán line.
Wow.
And at this moment, the astronauts have unstrapped from their seats. They are floating. They are weightless. They are experiencing zero G for the very first time in their lives. And Katy Perry did say that she was going to sing in space. I'm waiting for it.
Waiting for it.
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
So that is Capcom indicating a 1 minute warning for our astronauts to take in those last views before they get buckled back into their seats. At this point, both craft are descending already.
Wow, so peaceful.
And you hear
Dragon. Report status. Copy. Whip. Report status. Copy. All astronauts in seats.
And a great piece of news there. All astronauts are back in their seats. You see the two craft now. That on the bottom, that is the rocket that is screaming back down to Earth. The rocket will beat the capsule to its landing spot just 2 miles north of where it's taken off from. At the top of the rocket, you see a couple of fins that have popped out. Those are to stabilize the rocket as it comes into land. Shortly thereafter, you will see the drag brakes that deploy that will cut the speed of the rocket in half. And then in the last moments,
and there it is. We can see it from the stage.
There comes the rocket down. It's going to relight its engine. We can also see a sonic boom. We're going to hear that shortly here.
And remember, this is something that had never been done before until just a few years ago. Truly the stuff of science fiction that you're about to watch in just seconds.
Drag brakes.
There we go.
And booster touchdown, welcome home, New Shepard.
Picture perfect landing right there.
Picture perfect landing.
Right on target.
You see that dust kind of creates this dramatic cloud that reveals the beautiful rocket that has just taken these ladies up to space and back.
And I love the echo across the mountains. Is that what I was hearing there?
That's what
nice
you were hearing. You heard the sonic boom, then you heard the engine relight, and all of that reverberates in this big, beautiful valley in West Texas.
Stand by, Trogs. Stand by, Trogs.
All right, shortly here we're waiting to see the drogue parachutes deploy from the crew capsule. Those are like the guide parachutes. There go the drogue parachutes.
Just free falling right there until those drogues came out.
And then next will be the main parachutes that get pulled out.
Hear that screaming inside the capsule?
And all three parachutes reefing, and they will slowly inflate, slowing the capsule to a nice, smooth 10, 15 miles an hour. They are cruising back home.
3 good parachutes.
And I tell you, Kristen, from having gone through all of the simulations, I have gone through all of the training, They put you in the capsule that simulates all of this, including the sounds, and when you hear the motors of the parachutes pop out, that is the best moment in flight.
Because I know Blue Origin does everything they can to make this as safe as possible, and y'all have an impeccable safety record, but it still has to feel really good when you know that you're coming back to Earth with those parachutes fully deployed.
And we can see the capsule just over our shoulder here, going to be landing north and east of the launch pad, coming down softly and beautifully. 500 feet.
And you will see a puff of smoke when it touches down, a puff of dust.
Actually, yes.
That's normal.
A puff of dust, last milliseconds, air cushion that will kick up the dust. It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception. There it is.
Touchdown. Congratulations and welcome back to Earth. Do status check. Double shot.
Kristen, just some incredible images there. The capsule.
Copy. Welcome back.
And nice. Let's wait for Aisha just a moment here. Make sure they're doing health checks in.
Beautiful. Dragon.
I mean,
incredible.
To be along for that.
Right.
I mean, the launch itself is amazing, but then to actually have the audio and the visual and taking the journey almost with them.
That's what I felt like, including when the parachute brought them back down safely, but the whole screaming and laughing. They had a ball doing this 11-minute ride of their lifetime and just making history in the meantime. And there they sit, that 6-woman crew. What are they talking about right now, I wonder? So, yeah, we just witnessed history. And on that space flight, Gayle King. Incredible. Right?
And just some background here. The New Shepard capsule parachutes successfully deployed, of course, and as it was seen descending from the sky there. But again, audio picking up the cheers, the shouting, the laughter, even in some part, maybe a little singing we heard.
Oh, I believe we heard Katy Perry singing.
I believe we did.
Yeah.
But yes, here we are, launching site in West Texas, just about 140 miles east of El Paso in Van Horn, Texas. History is made with an all-female crew.
Sharing some information we're just getting in from our producer here that they're saying that because the wind was so cooperative, so gentle and such little wind, that's why the parachute was so close to the capsule coming down, and then you can see the proximity there, of course, but doing exactly what it was meant to do.
Picture perfect.
Even when the rocket came back down, almost to that exact same launching pad where it was supposed to. It was almost like playing a big like remote control game, almost like guiding it back down to where it was supposed to be. And fascinating that it's all reusable, sustainable, if you will, and that's what makes it just so futuristic and dynamic, the fact that this could be used over and over again for really what is space tourism.
That's right. Reusable booster. We heard that loud sonic boom as it made its return. And, to your point, just a picture perfect landing. I think everything went extremely well.
I would think so too. But Jeff Bezos keeping a watchful eye.
Oh yeah,
right.
He did not stop looking up in the skies, along with a watch party. It looked like just a who's who in the crowd there. But yes, okay, man, I can't wait to hear what they have to say. Let's listen in to see what happens from here if they are going to get off this capsule here.
Good, but the moment coming up might be my absolute favorite, right? It's the moment the recovery team gets out there, then all the friends and family, and we get to see the astronauts emerge from the capsule, and we get to hear what they thought from the last, 10 minutes or so that they were up in space. And I think one of my favorite things that I've ever seen in covering space, certainly with Blue Origin, was that moment for William Shatner, Captain Kirk, as he emerged from the capsule. You know, and this is exactly why you want to send people that are not just professional astronauts into space. What he said was so moving that day.
100% agree. But it's not just the astronauts that are here that are being moved by this event. We've got Tabitha that's with some of the friends and family out there. Tabitha, give me an update from the viewing platform.
I mean, not a dry eye in the stand, I tell you right now. Chloe, I just want to know from your perspective, that moment, what was it like?
I don't think I realized how emotional it was going to be, and I literally had chills all over my body from the second it launched until the moment I just saw it land. And it's sort of hard to explain because I don't think you would be that emotional, but it's incredible. It takes your breath away. And I feel like I have all this adrenaline and I'm just standing here.
Right? It's very true.
Same. It's really, first of all, we're so thrilled that the girls are safe and everything went so well. And so that's a relief because, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of nerves up there, but to hear the girls screaming and having such
they said they saw the pink moon.
Yeah.
I heard the audio. I was like, that is the coolest thing. I
So
cannot
exciting.
wait to get the footage from inside
and
to
to
see
hear.
that.
I want to hear every little emotion that they had, and we can't wait to see the footage from inside.
What are the chances? The pink moon, the rocket launch. It's so exciting.
It's a great day.
It's been a pretty phenomenal day. So when are you guys going up is the real question.
Oh my gosh, I don't know, but this made it a little more enticing, I will say. But I don't know. But I've learned to never say never.
Right.
That's what I learned.
You can go on behalf of the rest of us, but
thank you.
I think we'd all drag you off of the tarmac before we let you go up. But, you know, I like you being an observer.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love being able to share this experience with you, and thank you for sharing how you feel out here with our audience. So it's been really, really incredible. So yeah, the emotions are high because it's so exciting and energizing. And gosh, Kristen, Ariane, I don't know what to say. I did cry. I did cry. I didn't think I was going to cry, and I cried.
Tabitha, I love you putting them on the spot there. Chloe and Chris, are you guys going up?
Keeping up with the Kardashians in space. We're waiting for it. That's the all next all lady launch. Well, thank you so much, Tabitha, for that. And you could see that, you can hear that, you can hear from Tabitha. Even she is emotional and has tears in her eyes. When you're down here for one of these launches. And Carissa, when we get her back on the line, I'd love to hear her thoughts on this. The intensity and the energy and the emotion out here, even though you're in this remote place, but it all gathers here in this valley, and it's really intense. No matter how many times I've seen all 31 of our launches, it gets me every time.
Well, anytime somebody says, I don't get it, what's so exciting about space? Come to a launch. Come see a launch in person, and then you'll change your mind. And, you know, as we await the moment where these astronauts emerge from the capsule, I'm reminded of what William Shatner said on his mission. He said, "What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I hope I never recover from this." And I love that. You know, I hope I never recover from what I just experienced. And one of the neat things about this is these women were not in space for several days where they had time to get acclimated to it. They only got 4 precious minutes of weightlessness. And so that high, that feeling of, ooh, I want more of whatever that was, is still so fresh. And you really get to see that when they step out of the capsule.
We catch our astronauts. I mean, their minds are still in the process of being blown when they come out of the capsule, and Carissa is going to capture those moments for us shortly here after we get our recovery crew. You see there some of the friends and family have already started lining up there, while the recovery crew, you've seen some images. As I mentioned, they're safing some of the systems on the capsule. We want to release all of the excess air and gas that created that nice air cushion. We'll remove the parachutes, make sure nothing gets tripped up. Also, we reuse those parachutes. And then crew member 7 will take the stairs up to the hatch. It's like a good 3.5-ish feet off the ground, so it just makes the getting out of the capsule that much more comfortable. Crew member 7, last but not least, crew member 7 will open the hatch, and we'll get to see one by one as these lady astronauts now exit the capsule.
And a lot of people are probably familiar with seeing, NASA astronauts or Russian cosmonauts emerge from a spacecraft after a long duration flight on stretchers or, glorified. They need some assistance because they've been exposed to zero G for so long. Not these astronauts. They're not going to need any assistance. That's one of the beauties of a suborbital spaceflight. You feel great. You don't have to deal with space sickness, right?
Exactly. And that's, to that point, this flight, because you're basically going straight up and then over the Kármán line and straight back down. Some astronauts, I think you mentioned your mother may have experienced a little sickness up there. You don't in this one because it's just once up and once down. And you get that nice zero G floating sensation and you buckle back in. You don't have it's not as extreme.
So do you have an astronaut that you're looking forward to hearing from the most?
It's really hard to pick.
Yeah.
I have to say I'm a huge Katy Perry fan, so I'd love to see what her feelings are. Also, as a mother, our kids are close in age. What does that feel when you have young children? You saw her get so emotional in her pre-flight interview. Is that still the weighing emotion, or is she still just, oh my God, I saw the stars, I saw the curvature of the earth? What's going to come out of her mouth, but really her heart?
And is that Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see.
That is correct. That is Jeff Bezos, our founder, on the left, as well as Sarah Knights, our crew member 7. And I just want to thank our viewers for joining us. NS-31, New Shepard's 31st mission to space, our 11th human space flight. From all parts of this flight, for the booster, for the capsule, for our astronauts, a completely successful flight, one of the smoothest flights we've had so far. And we're now just awaiting the opening of the hatch so we can get some views from our 6 new astronauts.
Phelps.
And I would imagine Lauren Sánchez in seat 1 will be coming out first.
That is correct. They'll go. She's in seat 1, which is next to the left, the left window there. She will go first. And then last in number 6 is Kerianne. That is the window on the right.
Sky Canyon.
See those vans arriving. Those are friends and family.
And that's Kerianne looking out the window, in the window to the right there. Lauren Sánchez on the left. And you really get a sense for just how big these windows are. I mean, when you're inside this capsule, it's almost as though you're getting a full 360 panoramic view. One of the cool features of this capsule, the largest windows of any spacecraft.
So over a third of the surface area of this craft is windows. And that's on purpose. There were many meetings with our founder, Jeff Bezos, where our engineers brought him some windows. He said, nope, make them bigger. They come back. Nope, that's nice, but make them bigger. And what you get here, why is that so important? So many of our astronauts have said, when I got out of my seat, I looked at outside my window, and I turned around, and I looked at the other 5 windows, and my brain created a panoramic view, a panoramic photo of it, because so much of the capsule is windows, and it makes for just an incredible experience.
Sarah.
Good? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Here goes Jeff Bezos to open the hatch.
She didn't really close it again. Come on out, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Go see your babies.
Where are my babies?
They're over here. Go see them.
Where? Oh, we have to go
Right
there.
there.
Okay.
Katie! Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Aisha!
Oh my gosh.
Gail!
I just have to have a moment with the ground. Let me just appreciate the ground for just a second. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I'm so proud. So proud of you.
Oh my God.
Amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Kerianne, we got your people over here.
I'm right around the bushes here.
Come on. I can't
I have no, it's not working. So someone just tell me when we're on. Does anyone have our on?
All right, and you just saw it there. All 6 astronauts coming out, all ecstatic. Katy Perry and Gayle King both kissing the earth. Very happy to be back down here, but clearly ecstatic. I don't know about you, Kristen, but my favorite was Lauren coming out and saying, "Where are my babies?"
Oh, and I also loved Katy Perry holding a daisy, I believe, and holding the daisy up to the sky after her daughter Daisy. Sweet moment.
With that, let's turn it over to Krista Thompson standing by outside the capsule.
I don't really have words for it.
Oh my God, Lauren, I want to cry just seeing you.
I'm so proud of this crew. Like, I mean, Gail, you know, we were just talking in the capsule, doesn't even have ear piercings. She's so afraid to do anything. And she got in that capsule, and I think, like, it profoundly changed her. I mean, for me, I can't put it into words, but, like, I looked out the window, and we got to see the moon.
And it was pink. Was it pink?
Full moon. It wasn't pink, but it was almost full. And Earth looked so. It was so quiet. It was just quiet. And
is it what you expected?
No.
Better.
Yeah. I don't think you can describe it because you know what I was saying. It was like quiet, but then also really alive. And you look at it and you're like, we're all in this together. Like, that's all I could think about is like, we're so connected, more connected than you realize, because you just see right here, you see, like, you know, states and all these things that like divide us, but we're not. And
what is your emotion? What makes you emotional?
Joy. Complete and utter joy and gratefulness. Like, it makes me want to come back and just hug everyone and be like, oh my God, we're in this together. Like, that's what this is. And
Jeff had told you that it will change you more than you know. And I know you're only a few minutes removed from the capsule, but I can tell already. Yeah.
Okay, is it safe to say that we are Gail in this moment?
We are Gail. Thank you, Jesus.
That she,
we are back down here.
Yeah, I think Lauren revealed something. To me, it was a connection that Gail doesn't even have her ears pierced.
Mm-hmm.
That gave
not an adventurous type, perhaps.
No,
right.
But she did it.
She did it.
Way to go, Gail.
Yay!
Way to go, ladies. That was riveting. riveting and had us on the edge of our seats.
Back from space, 11 minutes, but the trip of a lifetime. I don't think I'll ever forget it.
No.
Yeah.
We went to space.
We did.
Congrats. We went to space.
We were holding our breath.
All right. Thanks so much for streaming with us here on WUSA 9+. Thank you again.
We'll see you in the morning.
And camaraderie. It was a feeling of gratefulness. It was a feeling that we're doing this. And Alan Shepard, I told you about this, did this same exact flight, and he became the first American in space. And 6 women just did the same flight that he did it.
Oh, I just want to keep hugging you.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I hope that more people get to see this, because I feel, I don't even know how much it's going to change me. And I want to thank the Blue team. I mean, look at them. I mean, they work so hard to make sure this vehicle gets up and safe. And
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. It's one thing to say you're going to do it. It's another thing to actually do it. And I know there's a phrase in your family that life takes off on the other side of fear. And here you are, just having landed back on Earth. And now you are officially, Lauren Sánchez, already adding to your extensive resume, you are an astronaut. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited. I'm excited to share it with the world, and I'm so grateful to everyone here.
I love you. Go be with your family. But
to process and download what just happened to me.
Well, get on in here, Amanda. Someone that can now articulate exactly how Lauren is feeling. Lauren being so candid about overcome with emotion. How are you feeling? I know, Amanda, this has been a dream of yours, a long-awaited dream, and now it is finally official. You are an astronaut. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I usually have nice words to say, but in this moment, I just want all survivors to know that you can heal. No dream is too wild, and that if it's so wild out there, like going to space, you can absolutely make it through, and it can absolutely be possible.
You mentioned to us prior to going up, you said that you needed to go to space to heal. I know you're only a few minutes removed from this incredible experience. Do you feel healed?
I had a zero-G indicator that I didn't know if I would bring, and I ended up bringing it.
Okay. And explain for the folks at home that don't know what that means, what it is that you're holding.
Yes, the zero-G indicator is something all astronauts have that floats once you hit space, lets you know you're there. I brought a promise that I wrote to myself. I've talked about that.
And share for what is this right here?
Yes, and this one I didn't know if I would bring, but I ended up bringing it and floating it, and it's the hospital band from the day. And, I got to honor her today, and I'm so grateful to the thousands of people, the engineers, the scientists, just everyone who has made this a reality.
And you also have written here, I know that you had this on your laptop, right?
Yes, that's right. And this is my zero-G indicator, a promise I made to myself that if I were to pause my astronaut dreams and fight for rights, that one day I would return to her.
And it says, never, never give up. Well, those dreams are no longer on hold. You are finally an astronaut. Congratulations. Enjoy this moment with your family, and thank you for sharing it with us. Thank you, Amanda. Kerianne, you said to me yesterday, you said, when I get out of that capsule, I'm going to be an emotional wreck. And I think what I will just say, for anyone that has never had the great privilege of being here, this is my first time at a launch, and it is very emotional. Describe, if you can, how you're feeling.
I have almost no words. It was the most incredible experience of my life to be up there and see such vast darkness in space and look down on our planet. The moon was so beautiful, and that was I felt like that was a special gift just for me. I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. Are you kidding? You just went to space. You just went to space. This is it.
Knowing that everyone I loved was standing down there looking back up at me, and I just hope that these types of experiences clear path for everyone to be able to do that.
You told us a beautiful story about your son when you told him you were going to go to space, and that, get over here so I can hold you, and that he went back to school and he was all excited to tell his friends that his mom was going to space, and they said, your mom can't go to space.
Moms don't go to space.
Well, guess what? This mom just went to space. Congratulations. You are officially an astronaut. And I know you're wearing a very special necklace from an incredible group of people that you hold near and dear to your heart. What would you like to say to them watching?
I'm wearing a few necklaces today. My dear friends threw me a blast-off party and gave me this feather, which obviously represents the Blue Origin logo. And it felt so special to have it close to my heart. And in space with me. And I feel like it helped me take all of them with me on this journey.
Yes. Well, I will let you go enjoy this historic moment with your family, and thank you for sharing it with us. Congratulations. You're an astronaut. Gail, get on over. I'm still
floating. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I'm so proud of you. And I know that I speak for the collective, because you have been so honest. You've been so vulnerable. And I spoke to your best friend prior to you taking off, and I asked her why it was so important for you to do this. And she said, she said, so she didn't have to hear you say, I wish I would have done that.
That's so true.
But now, Gayle King, you are officially an astronaut. How do you feel?
I still can't accept that word, but I will say I can't even believe what I saw. When somebody calls this a ride, this was not a ride. What happened to us was not a ride. This was a bona fide friggin' flight. And our instructor, we were so well prepared. So every noise we heard, we knew. But the flight instructor said that I am her best success story. Why? Because she's never had somebody go through the course who's terrified of flying. Everybody who's gone through the course is somebody that it's been a lifelong dream. They wanted to do it. So she said, I'm her best success story. I'm so proud of me right now. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
I was just going to say, prior to the launch, you said that you would be so proud of yourself if you went through with this. And you did. What was the best part, Gail?
It's oddly quiet when you get up there. It's really quiet and peaceful. And you look down at the planet and you think, that's where we came from? And to me, it's such a reminder about how we need to do better, be better. Do better, be better human beings.
And what do you mean by that?
Processing. Well, it's so nasty and so vitriolic nowadays. And I mean, if everybody could experience that peace that we had up there, and the kindness and what it takes to do what we did, all the people that it took to get us up there and get us back safely, I'll never, ever, ever forget. And when we were up there, have you talked to Katy yet?
I have not.
Okay, when we were up there, after zero G is very difficult. You know, all the training about this is how you get in the chair and this. I look like a friggin' moose getting in the chair. It was like, just let me get in the chair. Let me get the seatbelt on. But, you know, we had a very do this.
How would you describe it?
It's very difficult because you're floating. But the best part was when we got back in our seats after zero G's, Katy sang "What a Wonderful World."
She did?
Isn't that nice?
Oh, come on.
She sang "What a Wonderful World." I see dreams. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Because we'd been asking her to sing all the time, and she wouldn't. And then, because everybody said, sing roar, sing fireworks. And she said, it's not about me. I wanted to talk about the world.
Wow.
You know, isn't that nice? You got to ask her about that.
That's really special. And when Lauren got out, she was overcome by emotion for a lot of reasons, and rightfully so. But she spoke to the group and how close you guys have all become because of this experience. How would you describe the camaraderie that you guys now have together?
I would say that we are forever bonded, because you can't go through what we went through to look out for each other, to help each other, and not be changed by that. You know, it really is a true. People throw the word around, but it really is a true sisterhood. Mm-hmm. But it speaks to how we were set up for success. The training was so, I can't stress this enough. The training was so friggin' good. We were set up for success. And it went exactly as they told us it was going to. Every boom that you heard, the drones, the drogues coming out, the parachutes coming out, it went exactly as they said.
Are you glad you did it?
I am glad I did it. I am glad I did it.
Yeah.
I am very glad. I have no regrets about doing it.
What would you say to people watching right now that are scared, that are fearful of anything? What would you say to them?
Well, I just said I'm stepping way out of my comfort zone because this is so not like me. I said up there, I might now get my ears pierced. I've always been afraid.
Which is great. I love that you've never had your ears pierced.
No, even Hootie at the training center. You don't have your ears pierced? I go, because it hurts.
Oh, my gosh.
But I mean, for people that are afraid, Eleanor Roosevelt once said, courage is doing something that scares you, but you do it anyway. And I stepped out of my comfort zone in a way that I never thought was possible for me. Mm-hmm. And now that I've done it, I really do feel I can take on anything. Anything.
Congratulations, Gayle King. You are an astronaut.
Thank you, Chris.
I am so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. And I'm going to go with you to get your ears pierced because I want to get another hole right here. Go enjoy this with your family. Thank you so, so much. Aisha, oh my goodness. Congratulations. Congratulations. You are officially an astronaut. How do you feel? Also, how do you look perfect after just going to space? I mean, my goodness.
I will never be the same. I mean, when you get up there and you see the Earth, and it's so beautiful, and it just fills the screen, and it's not just your window, it's like everybody's window, and there's no boundaries, there's no border, there's just Earth. It's incredible.
You know, Gayle is so honest that this wasn't her dream, but this was a dream of yours. How do you feel now that you just achieved it?
Like I picked the right dream. And when we landed, I said, Exuma, I'm good, blue calm, but I'm ready to go back.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
What was the best part for you?
The best part for me, actually the whole thing. But we got in and we counted down from 10. And then I started to hear some singing. And when we lifted off, everybody, you could just feel the energy in the capsule. And when we got up there and we got out of our seats, we all just looked at each other. And there was this moment, and I can't wait for people to see it on the video, but there was a very special moment between all of us. And it's just beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Yes. Where is your grandfather? Your 92-year-old grandfather, who I know you were so excited to bring. What did he say to you when you got out of this capsule and got to see him for the first time?
He said, I was really worried for you, but then Oprah squeezed me.
Oprah has a way of making us all feel just a little bit more at home and a little bit calmer. I know your father is watching down on you, and he is your angel. What do you think he's thinking right now in heaven?
I think he was like, woo! To have the opportunity to have flown his star in my flight bag and to have a perspective that very few people get to have of Earth, I just feel a renewed connection to everything in life and where we are, and I can't wait to go back out there and pour what I've learned into the world.
You have given so much to so many, and I know there are a lot of people watching right now, some young boys and some young girls that are inspired constantly by you. What would you like to say to them?
Dream it, plan it, and go and do it. I never really thought I could go to space, although I really wanted to go. And today just confirmed that dreams are real, and sometimes reality is wrong.
Your dreams just came true. Congratulations. Go enjoy this with your family. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Katie.
Of the group.
No, you're not the crier of the group.
Feeler of the group.
No, you are not.
I'm crier.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel?
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
We had these incredible shots of Daisy watching you as the rocket, it'll make me cry, as the rocket's going up, and she was so proud. Just kept saying, Mommy, Mommy. And I know you'll feel the same way when you watch it. And you brought a real-life Daisy up.
That's
it was
right.
important for you, not only because it's your daughter's name, but why else was that important to bring it?
Daisies are common flowers, but they grow through any condition. They go through cement, they go through cracks, they go through walls. They are resilient. They are powerful, they are strong, they are everywhere. flowers are, to me, God's smile, but it's also a reminder of our beautiful earth and the flowers here and God's smile and the beautiful magic that is everywhere, all around us, and even in a simple daisy. So to really appreciate it and remember it and take care of it and protect it.
Gail shared with us the song that you sang when you got up there. What a wonderful world. Why was that important to sing that particular song?
I've covered that song in the past, and obviously, like, my higher self is always steering the ship, because I had no clue that one day I would decide to sing a little bit of that in space. But I think that it's not about me. It's not about singing my songs. It's about a collective energy in there. It's about us. It's about making space for future women and taking up space and belonging. And it's about this wonderful world that we see right out there and appreciating it. This is all for the benefit of Earth.
You have done so many incredible things in your life, selling millions of records, selling out stadiums. Where does this experience rate for you?
This experience is second to being a mom. Yeah, that's it. And that's why it was hard for me to go, because that's all my love right there. And I have to surrender and trust that the universe is going to take care of me and protect me, and also my family and my daughter. Because, like, I am full up from being able to get that gift of being a mom. And to go to space is incredible, and I wanted to model courage and worthiness. And fearlessness.
You did. You said you wanted to go to space for the fearless women in your life as well, your sister and your mom. Yeah. What was their reaction when you got to see them after you got off the capsule?
I have only seen my mom, and I was like, "Are you okay, Mom?" She just knew. She knew. She was totally okay, and I'm sure she was speaking in tongues underneath her breath, as she does all the time. She would do that for anything else, but definitely today. But she was so super confident. My mom, she has this thing where she can see. I mean, even down to the name of, like, the capsule
being tortoise. I know you spoke to all of your fans about that the capsule's named tortoise, the feather on the side, that, you know, the symbol of Blue Origin, all of those gave you confidence that this was the right thing for you to do, correct?
Yeah, because I just asked for a sign from the heavens, from my angels, and they're like, well, here's the feather, which is what your mother calls you, and if that's not enough, the capsule's named Tortoise, which is your second nickname that your mother calls you. And I'm like, okay, I'm going. Yeah. I got the message, and I'm gonna get the message.
Before I let you get back to your family, I just had to ask you, describe for us, because you're so brilliant at putting, you know, words together and describing moments that we can all appreciate later. How would you describe the moment when you took off and then the moment you landed?
The moment, I mean, it is the highest high, and it is surrender to the unknown, trust, and this whole journey is not just about going to space. It's the training, it's the team, it's the whole thing. I couldn't recommend this experience more. This is like up there with all the, you know, different tools that I've learned in my life, from meditation to the Hoffman process. This is up there because what you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this journey, and then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure, and you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong divine feminine right now.
By the way, you're such a badass. I love that the month of April, you're like, I'm going to space and I'm launching my tour. I mean, it's really incredible. Now I know I'm asking this question for your fans. Will you write a song about this experience?
Oh, for sure, 100%. And not only that, I got to reveal my set list for the tour on a butterfly. How apropos.
Incredible.
Just flying in space. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, so I'll just...
Well, there's a lot of things that you have done first. You are now officially an astronaut, and let me just tell you, on behalf of everyone here at Blue Origin, our webcast, and everyone, all of these individuals that put this incredible thing on, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Is it 10 out of 10. That's my review.
10 out of 10.
You
There's
definitely go for it. 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Katy. Congratulations. All right, you guys, so many fun moments that we'll continue to see as we get the footage. But I'm going to send it back to you and let these incredible astronauts enjoy their time with their friends and family.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Wow. Kristen, I mean, 6 inspirational women in their own right. Eloquent. I could not be that eloquent coming down from space. You heard Katy Perry saying 10 out of 10, but number 2 experience only to being a mother. What were some of your takeaways from what we just heard?
Gayle King used the word sisterhood. I'm feeling the sisterhood today. First all-female crew to space since 1963, and that was a solo mission, Valentina Tereshkova. And I'm with an all-female broadcast team here at Launch Site 1 in Blue Origin. Ariane, it has been a complete honor to work alongside you. It has been such an honor to watch all of the things that these women and their loved ones have said about what this experience means to them, because I am a firm believer that if you don't understand why people come out here to watch a space flight, it's just because you haven't seen a launch yet and you haven't been a part of this experience. And I truly believe what we witnessed here today is something that will continue to open up spaceflight and this experience for all of humanity and our little ones at home.
100%. I said it earlier. You can't be it if you can't see it. And to see these 6 women go up and the roles that they have played before, but I can't wait to see the roles that they play afterwards in their way of telling this story for the world to hear, to experience, to see. This is just the beginning. So I want to give a shout out to them, because as you saw, that is coming out of your comfort zone, whether you wanted to go to space or you're like Gail and you didn't anticipate it. Thank you for trusting yourselves and to their families and trusting their loved ones with Blue Origin. We are very proud to do that.
I'm so proud of Gayle King, too. I wonder if she's still afraid to fly on airplanes after flying to space. Have we cured her of her fear of flying?
I don't know. We've cured her for getting your ears pierced. So
there we go.
Baby
we'll take
steps.
that one.
Let's start with that one after this not so baby step.
Aw.
Look at that beautiful shot.
And now the party starts, right? Can we pop some champagne and celebrate a little bit later?
Let's do it.
It's only 9:20 a.m. It's not too early.
5 o'clock somewhere, baby. All right. What an incredible day. Just for all of us, for our astronauts, for our Blue Origin team. It was an honor to fly you to space. And if you would like to follow in the pioneering footsteps of these astronauts and purchase a seat to space, visit BlueOrigin.com and click Fly to Space. Your own journey to visit the Kármán line is much closer than you think. If you'd also like to purchase a mission patch to commemorate today's launch, head to Blue Origin shop for patches and much, much more. For Kristen, Carissa, and Tabitha, I'm Ariane Cornell. Thank you so much for joining us. And until our next launch, Gradatum Ferociter.
Have you ever dreamed of going to space? A once-in-a-lifetime journey is closer than you think. To book your flight, visit BlueOrigin.com.